There's a difference between discipline and straight up abuse. And what I went through with my mother and her husband was definitely not what someone would call discipline. For years, I was hurt by her husband, and it definitely shaped me to the man that I am today. But here I'm going to explain a little bit about what transpired over the years and what led to me not being in contact with my mother over the last year. When I was 10 years old, that's when I met my mother's soon-to-be husband, and we ended up moving to North Carolina. And he was a very odd man. He was quick to put his hands on me when we first met, and not saying that first day, but it didn't take long after we had met for the first time he whooped me. He always seemed to find an issue in things that I was doing. Because I was a good child, I didn't get in trouble much. I was a great student. I was a good child, a good son. But there had to be something that I was doing wrong. So he would find any and everything to be mad at. It was one time I came inside from playing basketball to use the restroom really quick. And I walk out of the bathroom. He says, "And make sure there's no pee on that toilet seat." And I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "Make sure there's no pee on that toilet seat because I sit down when I pee." Right. Other times where he gets mad at me for leaving a napkin on the counter inside of, we had Chipotle. And I just took my food out and I left the napkins in the bag, and there was somebody else's food in there, either my mother's or his. And he got mad that I left the napkins and the bag on the counter. And I said, "Well, why am I getting in trouble for this when there was still food in the bag?" Because he said I should have thrown it away. So fast forward, we go to 2024, my senior year. We're getting ready for graduation. The month is January, early January, and I'm with my best friend. And he texts me. He sends me a picture of my toilet seat. He asked me why it looked like this. Mind you, some of the paint had rubbed off because I clean my toilet seat every week with a bleach, and a little bit of the paint rubbed off. So he said that I had to pay him $200 to get the toilet seat fixed. And I told him, I went back to the house, and I told him, I was like, I'm not certain why I need to. What I need to pay for it. I mean, the toilet seat still works. It's just some of the paint rubbed off. I could paint over it. So then he tried to get all up in my face and was saying, "You really want to do this again?" Referencing when he beat me up 2 years before, due to laundry not being done on Sunday morning. So fast forward back to 2024, I told him, I said, "Well, we'll see what my mother has to say about this." And during that, he was going around the house yelling, screaming. And I told my mother, I was like, after this, I will not be communicating with your husband any further. So fast forward 5.5 months later, I am getting ready for graduation, and my school is only giving 5 graduation tickets. But I was able to get 19 because my principals and I were very close. And Dwayne, my mother's husband, I already told my mother that he will not be receiving a ticket. But she was trying to save face and, put on the show because we had family coming in town. She wanted to make it seem like we had a happy home. And I was telling her for months that I wasn't going to do that, and I wasn't going to make it appear as though we had a happy home. So we get in the room. She asked for the tickets. I gave her ticket. The other ticket where the other 18 were at my best friend's house. I gave her the tickets, her ticket, and it was a lot of yelling. And she eventually was like, "Where are the effing tickets?" Came and started choking me. Then she said, "We're gonna go get them right now." So I walk out of the room, and Dwayne's standing there, and he's just staring at me. So I stare at him, and we walk down the steps. He said, "You gonna stare at me at my fucking house?" He came down there, boom! And then him and my mother proceeded to both beat me up, jump me, Dwayne in a headlock. He was calling me all types of bitches and all types of stuff. And so I was in the headlock for about 7 minutes. So then once I got out of the headlock, I tried to run out of the house, and I wasn't able to get out. They stopped me. And the second time I actually did get out of the house, but my mother tackled me in the neighbor's lawn. The rain came out there, they dragged me back inside from the neighbor's lawn, through the grass, and then onto the concrete and back to the house. Then the third time, I actually was able to get out of the house, and when I ran, they weren't able to get me, and he was like, "Run, bitch, run!" I made it to my best friend's house 2 streets back, banging on the door about 12:30 in the morning. His dad answered, and he seen all the bruises on my neck, as you can see right here. They seen, the scrapes on my knee, and eventually I ended up actually having a bone bruise on my hip. I got an MRI and X-ray and stuff the next day because I had a really bad limp and my neck was all tight. And I was just worried because I graduated 4 days later. I was worried that I was still going to be limping around that time, but luckily I was able to walk the stage perfectly fine. I was already healed up by then, and that is what transpired.